Bow, 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 bow. Welcome to the inaugural standing coffee date with your new favorite internet couple, Zeefaye, consisting of,
It's your girl Keefaye.
and it's just Big Z, Zach, if you're friendly, baby. I guess the best way to describe it is just that we're gonna sit down every week. We're gonna have a beautiful cup of coffee that we make and/or buy, sometimes both.
Period.
Um, and we're just going to talk about what we've been getting into lately, some of our favorite stuff, some of the things we've been reading, some of the things we're loving, and just being ourselves, having fun.
Right.
Cool, cool, cool. Um, to start with, let's start with what we have today in our cups.
Tell us, baby, what do we have?
This is a caramel chocolate cookie cold brew latte with a French vanilla cold foam made entirely in our kitchen.
Okay. It's giving Starbucks baddie. Let's see how it tastes.
Mm.
God damn. That tastes amazing.
I knocked it out of the park for the first
Wow.
episode.
That was delicious. Impeccable.
I would just say it's a little sweet, a little on the sweet side. If you like a darker coffee, probably take out some of the sugar with some of the mixing I did, add a little more coffee. But overall, man, I think this is great. I thought it was turned out awesome.
I mean, I think it's very good. It almost tastes like a what's those like? Is it a caramel cinnamon crunch?
Oh, the caramel ribbon crunch.
Yes, from Starbucks. It kind of gives like a dupe for that. I mean, but it's really very good. I think it's delicious.
Yeah. I guess somewhere in our social media empire that we're building,
Period.
we'll post the recipe for this. It's very simple, very fun, very easy to make. Just a good way to save money. Like you would pay $7 for this out in public.
Period.
I made it for probably two.
$2 with his homemade cold brew, which there will be a video of him explaining that in a little bit. It's gonna be on his page, of course. It's not gonna be on
Yeah, we'll
mine.
see how it turns out. But yeah, man, I guess we'll just get right into it. Okay, so basically, how we're gonna run the show is we'll do this little bit of intro with y'all every single week. Of course, you got to get to know what's going on. Then we'll move into a segment that I've been calling "What's Brewing," where we'll talk about just some different stuff for the week. We'll either hit on current events, stuff we did, stuff we didn't do, things like that. Before moving into what I have started calling the Zeefaye Book Club, based on our
Period.
mutual love of reading and just trying to find stuff that we can do together that's not just watching TV. Nothing wrong with a good binge watch, but as much as we love reading, I thought it would be fun to kind of give us a space where we have to talk about
Right.
books.
And he's not of a smut lover like I am. I am a primarily smut reader. So some of the books that we're gonna be reading is gonna have some smut in them, and I can't wait to see his reaction on this. As a person who's like, he's very like cutesy romance, like no spice at all. Maybe just a kiss off page. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of level that he wants. Me, I'm like dark romance.
Kiss Off Page is crazy. I definitely can do more than Kiss Off Page. Okay,
Let's just be real.
Sex Off Page.
But that's the only way it's supposed to be on page. How you gonna really like know?
I like to point it as like I don't necessarily want to read about an HBO show. I want to read like a nice PG-13 studio rom com kind of
I mean
vibe.
that's cute, but sometimes like what does Charlotte say? Sometimes don't you just want to be fucked hard into the mattress?
Not
That's
something
how.
I relate to. Not something I relate to, but you know, Sex in the City is a good show.
I mean, yeah. But what I'm saying is that's my equivalent of like my smutty books. It's like you want to be fucked into the mattress.
Yeah, I don't really want to be fucked into anything, but
I mean, you never know.
I think we know. After we talk about some books, we'll talk about some different stuff we've been watching. Just depending on time, we don't want to waste y'all's time and give this like a 3-hour episode, even though we could talk for 6 hours at a time.
Yeah, we could, but we're not gonna like do that to you guys. Not just yet.
Right. Now, once y'all start tuning in, catch us on the Twitch for about 12 hours a day.
Um,
Wake up to sunset, okay?
I think that might be a little extreme. That's like a 12-hour nurse shift, and I'm not prepared for that right now.
We'll end the episode answering a question either from the internet, from us, from y'all. Once we start getting some folks tuning
Period,
in,
because we would love to hear what y'all have to say.
yeah, we want to talk about what you want to hear. So please let us know. Obviously, inaugural episode, you didn't really have a chance. About week
Right.
2 or 3, if we don't start getting some questions, I'm gonna take it personally.
Right.
All right, so we'll start with what's brewing. What's been going on this week? I would like to first shout out. We had our first trip to Backstage Coffee and Vintage here in
Yes,
Greenville, North
that was
Carolina.
so cool. It was so nice. It felt like, you know, that Chapel Rum song, Pink Pony Club? It felt just like Pink Pony Club, but mixed with a little bit of drag queen. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I just rewatched Barbie this week while I was doing some stuff for work,
Mm-hmm.
and like as we were in Backstage Coffee, all I could think of was like, this is like coffee shop barista Barbie. Like
Yeah.
it's like barista Barbie's
Yeah.
house. Is kind of how I would describe
And
it.
it's so like cozy. It just feels like girl empowerment. It feels like literally like a unicorn like throw up in there. Like it's just so like, it just makes you feel like disco Barbie.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah,
Um, when you first walk in, it's beautiful. It's a house, man. It's not.
yeah.
I'm not trying to sugarcoat it to you. It's a
It's a
house.
real fucking house, y'all.
You walk in, you see somebody's upstairs. So it's really cool. When we were there this week, they had the drag race menu. I'm assuming because All Stars is going on right now.
Right. And it's also Pride Month.
Very true, very true. The drag race menu had a variety of drinks named after a variety of drag queens. We opted for the Trixie Mattel.
Which was really good.
Beautiful, very pink drink vibes, I would say.
Right. Look, Starbucks don't have shit on the Trixie Mattel at Backstage Coffee, okay? It was fucking amazing.
Okay, and then the other big thing that we wanted to hit on this week, which is it's a very weird thing to start with though, is Anne Burrell, our girl, Miss Worst Cooks in America.
Yes.
Miss, we just saw her on House of Knives.
Right. Miss, who we think that we always thought that she was a lesbian. Some of us thought that she was a lesbian. I thought that she was a
Stereotyping
lesbian.
during Pride Month is crazy.
I know. Please don't cancel me. I'm so sorry. But I mean, if you know, I mean, you kind of thought that she was a lesbian. But turns out she was fucking married.
Yeah, so
Isn't that awesome?
First things first, rest in peace, Anne Burrell.
And she was a mother.
For real. She the only cook that we ever knew. I can't keep the song going, but you get the idea.
Yeah. So, Anne Burrell, R.I.P.
Yeah.
It was crazy, like how you
It was
died,
so
kind of
sad
like
hearing
Elvis
it.
style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elvis style was crazy.
I mean, when they're trying to say that she was like on, like she overdosed. Well, I mean, if you do drugs, then you do drugs. But like,
Yeah.
I can't see Amaryl like doing drugs. Maybe a little weed.
Yeah, I just hope it was one of those like she was trying to have a good time and it just messed up kind of overdoses, as opposed to like this whole time she's been really sad and miserable and we just didn't know.
Right. That's the
So,
worst type
hopefully
of.
it's like
I mean,
not a happy overdose.
I mean,
but, like,
no. Any type of overdose is like literally a cry for help.
and it's
But
very
like,
sad. And,
it's very sad. But like,
you know, if she was like, "Oh, I just came from a party," you kind of be like, "Okay,
okay, that's reasonable.
It's sad, but it's not like, oh, we have to have a conversation about mental health." You know what I mean?
I know.
It's much more. Hopefully, it's the other way around. But yeah, man, I love Worst Cooks in America, man.
It was
That
awesome.
made me feel so much better about myself because I definitely could at least boil water, unlike some of these folks.
Right. And some of them, like, they couldn't even chop. Did you see the lady who chopped the fucking avocado in half? Like, you know how much strength you gotta do to do that? I'm not even that strong. I mean,
My girl served half a pit to the judges.
isn't that crazy? Like, be fucking for real. But I love like when they start cutting and shit because like you obviously could tell like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And Anne and Bobby just like I don't think we should eat that. It's definitely not even fucking cooked at this point. But
Yeah.
hey, what can you do?
I always kind of thought they hammed it up a little bit, but like I think at least a good 80% of that is like, no, you just don't know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I genuinely don't think that any of them on that show knew what the hell they were doing.
Well, look, okay, so like it's kind of like when you see those like influencers being like, I just learned this week. It's like, I'm sure you probably learned it recently, but did you really learn it today?
Right.
So it's like I'm sure that they couldn't cook, but like, can you really not make pasta?
Right.
Probably. Now look, some of them could not make pasta. Some of them didn't know how to salt water. Okay. But some of them I think were, especially the ones that end up winning when they start making these 4-star dishes. I'm like,
You
Last week you didn't
embellished.
know how to use a knife.
Right.
And now this week you making duck confit.
That doesn't make sense, Julie.
Julie. I don't know what she was on the show.
I don't know if there was a Julie on the show, but I'm just saying it just seemed like somebody named Julie. No offense to anybody who's named Julie. I don't think y'all would know how to cook. I feel like you'd be like a minor.
There's something you asked me off camera that I'm gonna now ask you in front of the camera. Who's your favorite celebrity chef? Food
My
Network chef?
favorite celebrity chef is Delicious Miss Brown.
Shout out South Carolina.
Shout out South Carolina, Delicious Miss Brown. Delicious Miss Brown, have you ever seen this? My name is also last name Brown.
She is also a delicious Miss Brown.
I'm Joan Tay. But but I just want to say, like, that fucking peach cobbler, like, casserole cake thing you did, I can't even think about it right now. It looks so fucking delicious. And I just want to say thank you because you're a bad bitch on television every day. Now, I will say second runner up. Well, I thought she was a second runner up. Well, no, actually, she really is. Barefoot Contessa. I, throwback. Like, does anybody remember Barefoot Contessa and her husband, who we all kind of thought was gay as well, but we weren't like really, really sure. But like he was like, I know this is crazy, right? I know. Please don't cancel me for this. But I just want to like say like she was gonna go her fucking ass off too. Like even though like her shit looked like it was out of a fucking cookbook and stuff, and the way she would talk, like, "Hi, I'm Barefoot Contessa, and this is my husband Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's gonna go to the store and go buy this stuff for me." Like, come on now. And Jeffrey was getting fucking elaborate meals every week, bitch. In that fucking garden?
Shout out Jeffrey.
Honey, Jeffrey, I hope you and Miss Barefoot Contessa are still together, baby, because if you really fumbled the bag if you ever leave her.
I love how this has just turned into us like contemplating if celebrities are gay or not. Like,
I mean, I think like Renee Rapp said, I think everybody's a little gay.
Shout out Renee Rapp.
Right.
As soon as you left the show, girl, you were right. They took all the fucking out.
I mean,
and it did not fuck anymore. It was not like that
anymore.
It
was like PG-13 fucking.
When the girl tried to be a Broadway star and she had never acted before, I said, come on now. Let me see Timothée Chalamet's sister with some cute guys again. That's what we come for.
Right. Kimberly was really the go to that show.
She was. Once Renee left though, it was kind of like I watched the new season, but I wasn't like happy about it.
Right, but the new roommate, when she starts saying never enough, she really killed it. She was really killing it.
I guess. I mean, I'm a little more critical of the show because I thought they had a good formula. I thought this was gonna be like a white people's what is the show?
Living Single?
No. The Cosby spinoff. A Different World. I thought this was gonna be like White Different World, and instead it turned into like got canceled.
I know, but it was really, really good.
But in the first couple seasons, we were tuned in. Okay,
all the time.
But yeah. So, any other celebrity chefs you want to shout out? You got 2. You want to go for 3?
Oh, fucking Mr. Cocktail Man, fucking Jeffrey Zakarian. Let's talk about that talented motherfucker.
Love that. So look,
he's a bartender and a chef. Two qualities a man would not a woman want. Like, come on.
My dude always comes up there. He's always dressed.
Right.
He's never impressed.
No.
He's always ready.
He just look like he smelled like old rich money, like a Vanderbilt or something like that. Doesn't he just give it looks Vanderbilt?
It looks like he would smell like bourbon and like cinnamon notes.
Yes, it's just like you just want to like put him in a fucking candle.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Zakarian, if you're listening, be a candle. Oh, next honorary chef, I also have to say, fucking Gordon Ramsay. We're not even gonna say anything about Gordon Ramsay, Mr. Hell's Kitchen.
That's more Mr.
Mr. Beef Wellington.
That's more of a Kyara.
Oh my god, I would cry if Gordon Ramsay passed.
I do like Idiot Sandwich. Idiot Sandwich is really great. Back to Jeffrey though. there was a thing on Food Network one time where it was like all the Iron Chefs went against like the judges from Chopped or something similar to that. Boy, them people were dog walking the judges from Chop. They were so busy dog walking them. All they did was have Jeffrey make cocktails that they did not have to make. They were like, "Why don't you just go like over there?" And Jeffrey was like, "Okay," and they just wiped there at the end of the thing. Like all the Chop chefs are like, and then the Iron Chef people are just like, "Yeah, good job, man."
Good job working those cocktails. Maybe we shouldn't have did that like that.
It was a song.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good cock.
Okay, so for me,
I love it.
I'm
sorry.
My favorite celebrity chefs. First and foremost, I cannot say your name, sis, so don't take this personally. But Alex Guarnaschelli, that's my girl.
Oh yeah, that's a bad bitch.
Whatever she's doing, I'm tuned in. When you was in the supermarket parking lot, I was there. When you had my man and y'all were doing that show where these 8 people were competing to cook against you and you were whooping their asses, I was there.
Period.
When you go on the Tournament of Champions and they cheated you, because they cheated you, I was there. That's my girl.
My man was locked in.
I'm following you on Facebook. I'm seeing the recipes, girl. I'm tuned in. Okay.
This is giving. I don't know if I should be scared because I feel like you're gonna try to stalk this lady by the way that you're talking about her like that.
It sounds like I already have. Is what it sounds like to me.
You should get a restraining order against this man.
Yeah, can I get an internet restraining order against this random guy in North Carolina? Block his IP.
He's like, you never talk about me.
Oh man, but yeah. So I'm Alex for me for sure. I don't. Okay, so this is another thing where it's complicated because, like, as a person, not a big Bobby guy, but I love the beat Bobby Flays when he loses.
Yes, he needs to be humbled,
but they don't happen enough for my taste.
He just gives like, if he could, he would suck his own dick. Is that? I know, like, it's very possible. I've seen videos of people do it, but like, I really think like he would be that type of person to do it. And plus, like, apparently he cheated on his wife with that bubble-headed bitch. You know, the one who's.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Like, we do not like her. She's always making the pasta.
The pasta.
And I was adding prosciutto to everything.
The sun-dried tomatoes. It's okay to be racist towards Italians.
I don't know.
No.
Can I get canceled for this?
They threw
God damn it! I've been canceled 3 times on just one episode.
First 30 minutes.
God, I suck. Okay, continue.
But no, they threw their lot in with white people. They get to take a talking to.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look up the history of. We'll get into history in another podcast. But
okay, right.
But yeah, you can be racist towards Italians. It's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna still eat pizza, still eat pasta.
Right, we had some bomb pizza yesterday.
Yeah, shout out Cucinelli's downtown, right across from Sups. Awesome
Pizza, and they're open late nights as well. So if you like you get drunk from Sup Dogs, just walk up and get a slice of pizza. We only we had 4 slices.
Yeah, we each got 2.
We each got 2 and a drink, and it only cost us like $17.
Yeah, I think the combo's like $9 for 2 and a drink.
Yeah, so we paid like $17.
Have we told folks that we're in Greenville, North Carolina at all during out this?
No.
If we have not, that's where we're at. Sup Dogs is the infamous bar by East Carolina University, one of the major employers in the region. Cucinelli's downtown is across from Sups, and it's great. We have been there late night and during the day for lunch. I personally had a much better time at lunch.
Yeah, lunch was better.
It just wasn't as crazy, and it wasn't like you were fighting off drunk people to like get your pizza.
Right.
But you know, at night, man, there's something about a nice hot slice. You know what I mean? So
to really like soak up all like the Sup crushes and like shots, because they have a vulgar vagina shot at Sup Dogs, and me and Zach could like shoot those like candy. They're so delicious, so good.
Yeah.
And they also have a Sup Dog in Chapel Hill, North Carolina as well, if y'all are very interested in going there. If you don't want to travel all the way to Greenville, North Carolina to come to Sup Dogs.
But you should come
So,
to Greenville. We got a lot of great stuff here, and we certainly could use. Particularly in the summer, it's a great time to come because there's a
right,
lot of really good, cute college town venues without the crazy college town populations.
right.
We're about what 2 hours from OBX,
Yeah,
and then two
yeah,
hours from the Crystal Coast as well.
yeah.
So you can, and there's an airport here. Well, we call it an airport.
It's
It's a parking lot for planes. We have a parking lot for planes here.
yeah,
You can fly in, get you a nice little rental car, head over to the beach. It's a good little spot.
yeah.
Um,
It's not bad.
not sponsored by the Greenville Tourism Department. We have complaints if you want any. But
Period.
anyways, I guess now we should start talking about the book, right? So one of the things we're going to try to do up here every week is just check in about what we're reading, what we're not reading, what we're not finishing, things like that.
Right.
This week we actually were able to read.
We were able to read this beautiful book called "Even Though I Knew the End" by C.L. Polk.
Yeah, so I'm going to give just a little bio on C.L. Polk. C.L. Polk is an author from Canada. They have a variety of books. There's another well-known trilogy they've done called The Kingston Cycle, which was an award-winning trilogy that, to me, sounds awesome. I have not read it, so this is fully basing a book on its cover, which famously you shouldn't do. But
well,
they do. There actually is a lot about why you should do that. But anyways, this is not a publishing podcast. But anyways, but C.L. Polk writes fantasy novels with queer characters who have adventures and have someone to smooch, and that's right from their website. Highly recommend this book. Highly recommend you check out the other C.L. Polk works that might be in your life. The trilogy looks awesome. Just from like a very brief overview of it, I highly recommend it. Yeah, and then all of that bio information comes right from their website, clpolk.com. You should definitely go up there, check out their work, check out their books and things like that. Key, what do you think about the books?
So, I thought the book was very cute. Um, this is something that I wouldn't have expected for me to have picked up. But I'm glad that you suggested it. At first, the title is a little bit alluring. Is that the word? Like you just kind of, it's like a box of chocolates. You really didn't know what you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But I kind of was like, somebody is definitely gonna die potentially.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right. Like there's got to be somebody's gonna die. I mean, there's gonna be one of these two women on this book.
You would think.
I would think, right? I mean, I don't know. But anywho, I did end up enjoying it, and I think listening to this book on audio was just a lot better for me. It only took us on 1.2, took us to what 3 hours, to read it.
It's not a long.
It's
book.
not a long
like,
book
if you
at
see
all.
It from the side here, like you could easily read this in an afternoon. I think this is also a really good road trip book.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Us, DC is about 4 hours from here. This would be perfect to like put in when you would get going. And then once you got close to DC and you needed to focus, you'd be done with the book. Yeah. So I think this would be a really good road trip book.
It was very, very good. I like there's some mystery to it. I love there were some magical elements to it. Yeah. I like how it was just like it wasn't. I wouldn't say a lot of up and down. I would say there was a lot of like, oh wow, damn bitch! Like I didn't know you were doing all that shit.
Right, exactly.
Like you casting all types of magical spells and all this shit. It had a lot of like it's not plot holes or anything like that. It had a lot of those like twists and turns like I was not expecting. Yeah. And like I said, going into it, I just thought someone was gonna fucking die.
Right.
But without giving the book away, it's very good. I think to me, I would read this like in the fall. I wouldn't say this is like a summer read at whatsoever. I feel like this is like a fall winter because to me, like reading it, I felt like I needed to have a coat on and a cup of coffee. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, this is definitely a cuddle up with a coffee book.
Yeah.
Like you have a long Saturday morning before you need to go hang out with your friends and you just want to like
relax.
Just like have some like sapphic mystery in your life. Fire.
Right. I thought it was really, really good. But if you're looking for spice in this book, there's not in this. It's not. I would say it's like Ooh,
A 0.
a 0.5 out of chili peppers.
Yeah, like
Like,
they're like it's implied a couple times,
yeah,
but like you could very easily read it as just like this couple who loves each other like sleeps together. Like and I
right.
mean like not like mm.
Yeah, just yeah, just like that. But I mean, other than that, I think that it was a very cute book. Like I said, I really did enjoy it. I'm glad I didn't know anything about it
Yeah,
going
same,
into it.
same.
Just really just like I said, I just enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, or nor it wasn't good either.
I would say it was good. You don't have to, have your opinion, but to me, it was really fun. It has like this like Casablanca if there were like lesbians and magic kind of vibe to it.
Right, and it also kind of gave like a 1930s rom com in
I can see
today's
that.
time.
I can see that.
I mean, some parts I did were like, huh, that's funny. Like, that's a, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a comedy book, but like the main characters and the main cast, like every now and then are gonna say something you're gonna be like, oh, you.
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, I'll give like a spoiler-free kind of synopsis.
Yeah, he's way better at explaining things than I would ever be.
That's not what we're saying.
I'm just
making sure we don't
I'm
spoil
just
the
saying that. I'm just saying that because I think, like I said, I have a toddler case of ADHD. So here we
Un
go.
poquito.
Un poquito.
But yeah, so I would say that this is like your classic like 1930s noir gumshoe kind of novel. Our main character is Elena or Helen, depends
Helen
on who
or
you
Elena,
ask.
yeah.
Who, without getting too deep into it, has this relationship with a lot of magical societies and entities in her world. Um, and basically, she has her love, um, whose name I
Edith,
cannot eat. Thank you. Who's Edith, who is wonderful.
who's very
Um,
religious.
yes, very religious.
Which is crazy. How you
It,
gonna? I mean, like, hey, look, they are people who are gay and who are religious. So hey,
they
but
actually, one thing I do also want to shout
but
out.
I will say I do love the teetering between religion and being gay in this book.
Yeah, there's a without getting. I don't want to spoil anything about Edith, but there's a really beautiful line in here about how you can kind of quote unquote reconcile like being religious and being gay, where they talk about that who you sleep with is only matters to humans, and that to gods and to angels all that matters is that you're a good person, which I think is a
Yes,
good
which
message.
is a very good message because even though, like, of course, I am omnisexual or pansexual, whatever one that you want to call it, um, I really feel like yeah, people say, "Oh yeah, you're going to hell automatically." But like I feel like if you're a good person and you try like your best at everything that you do and you infuse a bunch of love into the world, I feel like God will recognize that and see that, and you're not going to automatically go to hell. It's not like as soon as you die, like boom, you're going to hell. It's
Yeah.
not like that. I mean, they said it's like it's a process, or I hope it's a lengthy fucking process. Like, do I have to take a test?
Yeah.
Do I have to take a test to get into heaven? I hope that is what it is.
I think too, like we're like, so as we've said, like we're from the South, so like we have a lot of friends and relationships with folks who are queer, who do have interesting conversations and relationships with the church in general.
Right.
I think that I personally am of the mindset that it was a purposely mistranslated reading of the Bible that leads to a lot of that
Yeah,
homophobia in the
people
church.
just like fucking ran with it.
Yeah, I really think it was purposeful. I think that there was a lot in that the book is not dealing with that really as like a
No,
major theme,
not
but
at all.
anyways, I would just say that like knowing queer people in the South who have unique relationships to the church, I think those people will feel seen with the conversations around Edith's character and her relationships with folks and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, so basically it's a hard-boiled gumshoe of Helen trying to solve this situation of a serial killer in
Chicago?
Oh yeah, Chicago, exactly.
It was in Chicago, and he was like the white vampire.
They called him the White Vampire.
Or the White Vampire, yeah, which is honestly, it gave kind of like a KKK, like,
oh yeah.
it gave kind of like KKK like fucking nickname, but I mean, like it was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
I
awesome.
would recommend
It's
it.
an awesome book.
I think out of 10 for me, my only real complaint is I wanted more book. Like
Really?
I would have I'm so as you can kind of see from back here, I like a longer fantasy novel kind of thing. I'm willing to commit a 500-page novel. I don't necessarily think this needed to be 500 pages, but
No.
I would like if they were to like if they being CL Polk, if they were to put out like a bunch of like novellas that were like in this world, like
I would read the fuck out of
30s
them.
neo noir urban fantasy Chicago, which is such a weird cocktail of stuff to be into. I would read all of them, like,
Yeah.
and I would find them and hopefully have these things signed. Honestly,
And I will say, like, one of my favorite quotes in this book was like very towards the end. If I can find it, I will let you know.
yeah, I also think too, like this also does the cool thing of like using the book's title in the book. I guess if that's a critique, I think there were certain lines and things that were repeated that I think were repeated for emphasis, but that like given how short the book is, just kind of was like, oh, you just said that kind of vibe sometimes. Sometimes. For me, like I don't know, out of 10, this is probably a strong 8. Um big strengths, love Helen. Helen's awesome. Helen's a great, very relatable main character. Love the relationship with Edith. The mystery is solid. It's not too. It's not like the most complicated mystery. It's not like Agatha Christie where you're gonna sit there for 500 pages kind of mystery, but you don't see it coming, which is cool. And I think just the world itself feels so like textured and lived in that is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have your quote that you wanted to
Yes.
use? Okay, I'm gonna let Key get
So
her quote.
it says this. It says heaven can wait even if I get 10 more years with you. I To me that touched me because in a relationship, like you never want your partner to like die or fade away or anything like that. Even if it's in a book and you're in
Yeah,
love with that person, especially if you have a strong connection with that person, like you just don't ever want them to fade away. And I just like I even in heaven, like or death or whatever, I would still want to choose you again. I would still want to be with you again. Kind of like a soul mated thing.
yeah,
I feel like this book kind of gave like fated mates
yeah.
and like soul ties.
It's
Soul
very
ties.
like you know how they say a tragedy is one of two things. It's either really sad because it didn't have to be this way, or it's really sad because it was always going to be this way.
Hmm.
This is a like I mean, I'm not gonna give you like any spoilers, but like it's called Even Though I Knew the End because Helen knows what's gonna happen, and they still do all of this
To prevent it.
out of a deep love for Edith and their family and her family and things like that.
Right.
Um,
And
yeah,
you could just tell like they really love each other. Like
for sure,
they
for
love
sure.
each other.
That was her bitch for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And she kept calling her baby. And y'all know
Oh,
I
I loved Helen's
love
like
that.
whole like thanks, babe. Like she and I can't do it because I don't have like that. What is it like transatlantic
Hmm.
accent? Oh, the audiobook narrator on what is it, Kindle
On
or
Kindle,
Audible?
on Audible, yeah, y'all
You
really
did your thing because I was like, oh, this girl is from Chicago. This girl was rocking with Al Capone. Like it was really
right.
good.
And I really like Marlo.
Oh yes, no spoilers on who
I
Marlo is. Marlo's awesome.
right.
Marlo's really cool.
Marlo just oozes like not Judy Garland, but like Elizabeth Taylor, bad bitch. Like y'all remember like Lady Gaga in Hotel? Like she was
Mm,
like she just gave that energy. Like
yeah.
you could just tell like silk gowns, like fur
Oh
boas,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
blonde
She's
pinned up
breaking hearts
hair.
and necks for
Yeah,
sure.
the slender Jessica rabbit body. Like
Yes.
that's the type of vibe that I think that she's giving, and I honestly like. I want to be that type of person when I grow up.
Yeah.
I know, like I want to be her,
Yeah.
even though like I know what she is, and I don't want to be what she is. I want to have that je ne sais quoi about myself.
Yeah. If Helen is supporting women's rights, Marlo is supporting women's wrongs, and we stand both in this household.
Right.
It was really good. What was your rating? Did you out of 10? What would
Oh,
you give it?
out of 10, I would give this book probably a solid 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay, you're higher than me. Okay.
But I'm like, you could talk me down to 8.5,
Mm.
but for the sake of this book and what it was, and for me not to know anything going into this
Yeah.
book, it caught me by surprise, and I actually enjoyed it more than I thought
Yeah.
I would have.
I'm a huge mystery reader, and so I have really high like expectations. Um, so that's kind of probably why I'm a little lower. Is just that like I love mystery so much. I wanted the mystery to be a bigger part. Part of also why I would have loved this to be longer, but like for what it is, just a straight up like fun world, fun read, textured with some good heart. It's a really good book. I would definitely
Yeah,
recommend it.
I would definitely recommend this book to like anybody.
I think this is good for couples as well.
Yeah, I really would say it's a good couple book.
Because like we're gonna try to read some other stuff later on during the pod, and I think that like this was a great first book because like if you're doing a genre that like maybe one of you likes but the other one's not super crazy about, it can be hard to be like, let's read this 500-page book. But like, what's this like
Right.
140, if that? Like it's
Not
really
even.
short.
It's really not even 140. I think it was only like 139.
Yeah, so like it's really short.
That's literally
Um,
140. But
But this won the Nebula Award the year it came out in 2022. Highly deserved. This was a great novella.
this was very good.
I'm definitely getting on the CL Polk bandwagon. I'm gonna go back and read that trilogy at some point. Once I get through some of the stuff.
All
back
the other
here.
stuff back there, obviously. that I need to do as well.
Any other final thoughts on CL Polk or the
No,
book or anything like that?
I think they need to continue working on maybe doing a series,
Oh, yeah,
like
I
you
would love a
said, of
novella
these
series.
books. I really think that it will be really good because if you actually read the book, there's a lot of other things that you want to know about. Like, I'm not trying to give anything away, so that's why I'm literally not saying what it is. But I think like there should be like a universe, like you said, of these books, and I
Yeah.
think that it will honestly really go far. Or it could be like, I don't know, like what people doing fucking Netflix adaptations all the fucking time.
Yeah.
This would be a very good show.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would be a good
have to be a
show.
limited series
Yeah,
or a lot of
like
filler.
if this was on Amazon Prime, I think we'll fucking eat on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. I could also see too, like to go. So our idea about this being like mini novellas, I think it would be fire if you did like mini novellas in Chicago during this time with magic and stuff, and then when it got adapted into a show, it was like an anthology show.
Yes.
So it's like the first season is all about Helen and Edith. The second season could be an Achillean romance. It could be two men. You know, you could recast folks. You could have people doing genderqueer roles. You could do a lot with this. I think it
Yeah,
could be really great.
like I said, I think that would be a really good series if if they would continue it.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do some more stuff next week about some stuff that we're reading individually. But Key, why don't you show them what we're going to read together in a couple weeks? Hold up your pretty cover. I'll hold this one.
Okay. So we're going to be reading The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Miss Kimberly Lemming. This is the OG cover. If anybody knows, if you know, you know. This is the OG cover of this book. And then this, he already held this up, but this is the newest cover of the book. I prefer the old cover, but anywho.
Yeah.
Kimberly Lemming is my favorite author in the whole world next to Talia Hibbert.
We're getting to Talia as well.
We're getting to Talia next as well. Next after we read this. This book literally is like, first of all, it's a plus size monster romance. Okay? And she's black. Okay? She's a black woman. And I really love this book. It had a lot of plus size representation in this book. It's like I said, it's magic in this book. It has fae. If you're a fae girly like myself and you love fantasy, a nice fantasy romance, this is what it is. People would categorize this in like a cozy fantasy. It's not that at all. I mean, to me, it's not that at all. To me, I think this is like a monster romance that's funny. There's parts of this book that just make you laugh out loud. This book is spicy as well if you're into that. And our main daddy, Mr. Fallon, that's what I call him, Shadow
give him
Daddy.
some. We gotta keep him coming back. Keep him coming back.
Keep coming back. Like I'm telling
As
you,
you can tell, this is a
he
book Kyara loves. So we are going to fully dive into this. Give the folks 4 weeks. So this is going to come
right.
out hopefully around the last week of June, first week of June. I mean, first week of July area. We'll let you know when it gets closer, but come back for The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon.
Right by Kimberly Lemon, and I'm telling you, he definitely keeps her coming back. If you know, you know. But like I said, y'all will really enjoy this book, and I can't wait for y'all to read it and tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell me, because I will not do you wrong when it comes to Kimberly Lemon. I've literally read everything by her. Like,
Right.
she's my bitch. Kimberly, if you're listening, I would love to meet you. I would cry if I meet you. I mean, I would probably do a whole lot of other things if I met you.
She would cry.
I would boo-hoo my ass off for you, Kimberly.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, I think that's the book club for this week, this
Yeah.
month. We'll get into just what we're watching really quickly, and then we'll end on the question. So, right now, currently, we have been rewatching Degrassi.
So messy.
So messy. So
good. It's so good. I forgot how much I love Canadian teenage drama.
We just finished season 7.
Yes.
Season 7 is crazy.
Oh my god! Like Jane, like
we open with sexual assault. with
yeah.
SA.
I mean, that's standard Degrassi at this point.
Yeah, see, I'm the type of person, I'm not really trying to watch anything with a lot of sexual assault, so I had to skip some episodes this season.
Right.
And every season, to be honest, like Kyara's saying.
Yeah. So Law and Order, he's not a Law and Order girly like the rest
not
of us
Special
girls
Victims
are.
Unit. I'll cry. I'll cry before the stuff even
There's
happens.
nothing wrong with a man being sensitivity. And that's just me. I got off beat, but that's okay.
Hey, I was never on beat, so you were fine for me.
He doesn't know anything about you, Ralph. It's okay. It's okay. I'm educating him soon enough.
Period. But yeah, so we've been rewatching that. That's been really fun. We have an ongoing watch of The Shy.
Yes, we are watching The Shy. Yes, we've gotten away from a lot of stuff. We're actually gonna get back on The Shy and One Piece. So
yeah, I'm not holding my breath on One Piece, y'all.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just so many other things that I feel like I need to watch. And also, I'm watching this. He's not watching this. I'm watching Zatima, the Tyler Perry show. It's on. I believe I'm watching it on Paramount Plus. Am I now? Yes, it's on Paramount.
Was it Prime or Paramount?
I was watching it on Prime.
Gotcha, okay.
I was watching it on Prime, but now I'm watching on Paramount Plus. I'm watching Zatima, and I'm also watching All the Queen's Men, which is, whew, baby, that show is good as hell. If y'all know, you know, you need to fucking watch it, but it's okay.
Yeah, so I could not be watching anything more different. I've been watching Dimension 20.
Okay.
If you're a Dungeons and Dragons nerd or a Dropout fan like me, it's a great time to be alive because Cloudward Ho is going. I'm loving Murph and Allie's characters. I love them so much. Zach and Emily are always funny. I love Emily in an accent. I think she's killing it. But yeah, I'm a little behind. I think that there's 3 or 4 out now. I've only watched like the first 2, but I love Dimension 20. I'm loving Cloudward Ho. It's like a very comedy driven steampunk season is how I would describe it. If you're familiar at all with Dimension 20, you obviously are probably watching it, but like Starstruck Odyssey was probably one of my favorite seasons. This feels like a more grounded version of that. Super fun. Very, very much recommend. Kyara is not a Dropout girly.
No,
she'll watch Game Changer.
I will watch Game Changer, and I'll watch what's that show?
Gastronauts. Jordan.
I really like that. I really, really like that. But I tried to get into Dimension 20. Sorry. No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
I try to get into Dimension 20, but it's just not for me. I'm sorry, but
But look,
If y'all really
Jordan,
like it.
Gastronaut. Y'all go watch Gastronauts for one. Jordan, we love you. Happy Wife, Happy Life is a great podcast. Y'all are so funny. Just wanted to throw that out there to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all. All
Love
right,
women
man.
on
So we got
women.
our standard question for the week. Any other stuff you've been watching you want to shout out?
Oh, I want to shout out this little. It's like little fucking short stories I've been watching. I'm kind of like low key obsessed with it. It's on. I forgot what this app. It's on this app called Candy Jar, and it's
Okay.
called Keely or
Okay.
Kylie or whatever her name is.
Okay,
And it's a
Candy.
that is a plus size romance. Obviously,
We
she's
love
in. Y'all know if you don't know anything about me, I am a plus size romance girly. Obviously, I'm a big bitch. I want to read representation about me in fucking books, bitch. So yeah. So anywho, she is kind of poor, but she ain't really poor. But her mama a janitor, and she work at the school, and she on a scholarship. And basically, she meet this fine man. He a jock or whatever. And it just goes into the trials and tribulations of what they're gonna go through. But every episode, it's on like a couple episodes that's free, and then the next you gotta pay for, or you gotta wait for the reload like 23 hours, which fucking sucks. Like, but I will do that because I don't want to pay for the ad. Like, I just not. I don't really like paying for apps.
No, I fully understand. That's to go back to One Piece. I got caught up on the One Piece manga because Kyara and I have been stuck in Wano for like
2
years, I
years.
think. And
Sorry.
I was there's this creator, Monkey D. Quell or Monkey D. Kale. He does One Piece theories, and I was in here very much under the influence one night watching his videos, and then I realized that I got spoiled like all the way up to Egghead, and then I was like, well, now I gotta know what's happening. So I fully got the Shonen Jump app, did the free trial, speed ran One Piece from Wano to where they were at, and then dropped the trial because you can listen to the 3 most recent chapters for free.
And that's called dedication.
And that's also
R.I.P.
called
Nippy Hussle.
frugality. Yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey. All money in.
R.I.P. Nipsey.
The marathon continues. All right, man. So we got this final question that we're gonna close out on here. This is a question fully from myself that I just wanted to hear from you, and then I have an answer as well. When did you know we were going to work out?
I have one, but I can't say that one on camera.
When we start a Patreon, we'll put it on the Patreon.
That's a little XXR.
Right. A little.
Not safe for the workplace.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of things I'm gonna say up here that's really not safe for the workplace, but I'm just gonna make it work because it's me. But I knew that you were the one when you had gave me a boyfriend proposal.
Yeah.
And like you had wrote this cute thing, and it was like, you can only have this if you say yes to being my girlfriend. And obviously, duh, I said yes. And
tell him what you got though.
So what I got in it was like I got some lemon heads, which is my favorite. He knew I love lemon heads. I got like some face mask and a bunch of like candies and little stuff like that. And it was just so cute, guys. I was just have never thought about that before. Or like someone had ever given me something like that who I was like potentially dating. Like usually I would have to pay for the meal. Sorry.
Brokies.
They talk a lot of shit for somebody who can't afford a rent. Talk to him, Kyara.
Lotto, if you're listening. We love you too, girl.
But yeah, so like I think to me that was when like in like the first like initial like time for us dating.
Yeah. So let me give the little backstory just because obviously you don't know us. What had happened at this time was we had been dating, seeing each other non-officially like a couple weeks, maybe a week or 2.
Yeah, I would say at least 2 weeks.
I would say like 2 weeks at the most. Anyway,
yeah.
And we went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, it was Volume 2.
We went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters. I think we went to Washington.
Yeah, we did go to Little Washington.
We went to Little Washington, North Carolina. Shout out. But we went there to the theater, and then we came back. You met my mom for the very first time.
Yeah, like that was fucking wild. That was
Stressful for everyone
wild.
involved. But,
Wild.
and then afterwards, we just kind of peeled off into my room. I had this little like gift bag kind of thing. I actually got the idea from you because when we first started talking and stuff, you had talked about that was something you like to give people.
Oh
You like to give
yeah.
like your family and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, that would be cute to kind of do like a quote unquote like proposal with that.
And
so
it
I
was
did.
very cute because that is one of the things. I personally am a girl who loves like those little self-care baskets and
Yeah,
like
for
little stuff
sure.
like that.
Very self-care girly.
I am such a self-care girl. Like smell goods, face masks, feet stuff, like lotions. I mean, hey, a lot of people into feet stuff. I might even start a fucking feet finder if this pops
That's
off.
getting cut.
I don't know, but who knows what this could lead to. But anywho, yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite things. I just really love like self-care baskets and stuff. Like especially a homemade one. Like if you took out the time to really make it for me and you knew who I was, like to me that means everything to me. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay, so I have two answers.
Two.
I have two answers.
Good God.
I have one answer of like when I realized like, oh no, like this is going to be a serious relationship.
You're really showing me up right now because I only had one.
Yeah.
But fuck.
They only work. Relationships only work if the man loves you more, and so we're a very good.
I don't know.
But and then I have one when I was like, no, this is the one. So first and foremost, first date.
Mm-hmm.
We went to. I guess we could just do the whole origin. You just want to do the whole origin?
I mean, might as well. You tell it better than I do.
Okay, so boom, we are spring 2017.
Mm-hmm.
College semesters have just ended.
Yes.
Kyara is enrolled at Pitt Community College here in Greenville, North Carolina.
I
am enrolled at. We picked the water bottle up for the people. Elizabeth City State.
ETSU.
Viking Pride.
Viking Pride.
We're not gonna do the whole thing, but Viking Pride 3 times over. But anyway, so I was enrolled there as a junior, I think, because I graduated that fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was graduating that fall. But anyways, I was home for the summer. I personally had not had any sort of romantic anything for like a solid year. I had a real like eat, pray, love year where I just was like,
respect.
I got to get myself together. Anyway, so I was coming home and I was like, okay.
I was trying to be a hoe. I was have a hot girl summer. Straight like that. Go ahead, babe.
So, I was coming off of my eat, pray, love year. And so I was home for the summer. I was like at my house. My mom was at work. And I basically was just like, okay, if I'm going to try to go on some dates, I should find somebody who's also in school, who's not at my school.
Okay.
Because
you don't be fucking
I
at your school.
Well, I fully went into this like, I'm just trying to find somebody, go on some dates, get back into practice, prove that I, kind of, I still got it, as they say.
Mm-hmm. You trying to get that dick wet. That's what it was.
Jesus Christ. If I had some pearls, anyways, so I was not trying to find anything serious. And so I was on Instagram and I was having this thought. I was like, I should try to find somebody from around here, yada, yada, so on and so forth. And I don't really know, like, this is the only part of the story I don't know the answer to. You liked or commented or were suggested to me or something. And I went to her page and I said, I know this girl, I think. And I remembered, period. And I remembered how we met, which was a whole nother thing. And I was like, oh, like, she's really cute. And so I was talking to one of my friends that I worked with, and we kind of did some like investigating. She was a woman. Shout out to you. And she kind of helped me like find like your Snapchat and stuff like that. Because you had it posted publicly. This is not a like, we searched your, like you had it in your Twitter bio, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But your Twitter and your Instagram were not the same. And so that was my big, like, I don't know, like I want to excuse me, I want to talk to her, but like, I didn't think I was really ready to just like jump straight into Instagram DMs right then. So we find the Snapchat, and lo and behold, Kyara is reading The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks.
Yes.
Shout out. Needs to be up here. Oh, it is up here. Great. So Kyara was reading The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is honestly a very sad book about Henrietta Lacks and the Lacks family and how her body has essentially been harvested by science for medical research, and her family never really got paid. That might have been changed in the last couple of years. Hopefully y'all got y'all's money. You deserved it.
Right.
But anyways, she was reading that, and I had read that for college. Shout out Dr. McPhee, who made us read it for summer English. Anyways, so I was like, cool, this is my in. So I slid up on her story. I was like, oh, this is a good book, da-da-da-da. She messaged me back maybe like twice, and then just like went ghost on me.
Okay, let me just say
she didn't like me, and that's fine.
That's not what happened at all. So basically, me and my mom were in Sam's Club at this time. Okay, I was reading the book inside of the Sam's Club because I was going to buy it because I had just finished watching the HBO special about the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks with starring Miss Oprah Winfrey. Okay, so by the way. So while I was in Sam's Club, of course he was blowing me up, like texting me.
Blowing me up.
I mean, like he wasn't blowing me up or whatever.
Your phone number yet.
Okay, I mean he wasn't blowing me up or whatever, but like he was texting me, and so I'm walking, snapping me, whatever.
I didn't have your number. I just want that to be clear.
Okay. He did not have my number. But he was snapping me or whatever, right? And I'm coming out of the Sam's Club. I'm helping my mom. Like, I'm busy. So I just forgot to text him back. But then here's how it goes to him, but I did not. I just forgot to text back.
Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody forget to text somebody they like back.
I mean, but we were just talking. I didn't really like you.
That's my point.
I mean, I did not like you.
I knew from
it was just a random big Zach CTS with a fucking green battery. What the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck that bitch is. Like, the fuck? You think I'm going to automatically like you off of that?
Maybe.
No! Yours. Boy.
Look, anyways, this is fully an 8-year-old argument.
Go ahead.
This is fully an 8-year-old argument. But anyways, so she didn't reply again. I was like, man, okay, cool. So I waited a day, didn't get a reply. I said, all right, the last thing somebody is going to do is call me thirsty. So I'm going to send one more message. Mm-hmm. I'm going to send it in DMs. I'm going to do a formal little like, hey, I want to get to know you, boom, boom, pow. If she don't reply this time, it's on. I'm out. We on to the next one. It's basically how I'm feeling. Because again, I'm big. I'm awkward. I can't be thirsty too. You gotta
That's
pick.
A deadly combination.
You gotta pick. The big thirsty where's my hug at guy never gets any play, nor should he. He needs to work on himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
that's true.
By the way,
most of them come with little penises. Sorry.
Anyways, so I send this message. It's a very sweet message. It's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know it's crazy that we're from the same hometown, but I've never had the pleasure of getting to know you, blah, blah, boom. This time it worked, I guess because I came correct. Maybe because she had more time. Maybe because it was less guys texting her at the time.
No, that's crazy.
Maybe God just intervened. Because sometimes that's how it works.
No, okay. So when he sent me that text, y'all know how it's the summertime and y'all have that one night where your phone is just dripping with juice. I mean, everybody who you have on your roster just texting you, doing their little 1-2-1-2 trying to get you for the summer.
Now, mind you, I'm not on the team.
No, he's not even on the team.
I'm trying to try out.
I'm on the phone with my best friend, right? And I was like, bitch, who the fuck is this? Like, she was like, oh, that's Zach. I was like, are you talking about a white boy from school? Whatever. And she was like, yeah, like he real cool, whatever. I said, okay, all right.
Shout out Brianna, really, really.
Shout out to Brianna.
We were not friends either. You just fully did that because you're a real one, and I appreciate that. So
she was like, yeah, he cool, whatever. Just give it a try. And he came into my DMs. He came correct. I said, okay, let's just whatever. Let's just see. I mean, I was looking for somebody to, get it in.
Have a summer fling.
Have a summer fling with. Like, I'm not looking for anything. I mean, nothing. Like, I'm trying to go back to Greenville. I have my Greenville hoes too. Like,
Right.
that's just what I'm trying to do. Right? So, like I say, he came correct and he bagged a bad bitch.
Period. So yeah, so that's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
So very early on after that, we had agreed to go on our first date. Would not let me pick her up for safety reasons.
No, because I didn't know he was fucking crazy. Now I was living with my mom and daddy at the same time too, so I didn't want him to fucking know where my mom and daddy live. You might try to come and pop up on me, nah, bitch.
Now, mind you, we're from a town of like 400 people, and I fully had a phone book. I would very easily have found her house, but we do respect a woman protecting herself.
Right.
So, anyways, we agreed to meet at the local Italian restaurant, Mama's Pizza. One of the only sit-down restaurants in the town.
Yeah, we couldn't go to Skillet.
No, I didn't go to the Skillet. But, so we went to Mama's Pizza. I was very nervous. We showed up. Kyara showed up. It was wonderful. We're literally sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I make a joke about how I should probably just leave. You stick your leg up and stop me, and you go, "No, please stay." And then we laughed and we had fun. And I literally at the table was like, "Zach, don't fall in love. Not right now. Come on. What about the summer? What about this is gonna ruin the world tour?" Anyways, and so after the date, like I was fully like, "Damn, what else can we do so that we can keep hanging out?" I was like, "You want to ride around the town?" So small town, so country bumpkin of me. And Kyara said, "Sure."
But at first I was apprehensive.
As she should have been.
I was apprehensive because I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know you.
I don't know you, white boy. You about to snatch me the fuck up? Hell no.
Audience, I snatched her heart.
Okay, he snatched his coochie too, but we're gonna talk about that later.
Anyways, so we hang out. We're driving around the town. Like again, this is we're from a small town. I'm every single road I can think to turn down. I just don't want the date to end, right? And basically, from that very first date, I was like,
"No, tell what you did."
No, that's the end of the story.
You know,
from the very first date, I knew, like, yes, this is going to be somebody that I'm very serious with, somebody that I really like. Now, flash forward, when I knew you were the one, I need to clarify this as in, this was your first long-term relationship. This was not my first long-term relationship. So I kind of knew already, like, you have to be committed when you first start dating, but you also have to realize that, like, when you're dating long-term in your 20s, the person you start dating is not the person you marry, because people change, people grow, things happen. Very early on in the relationship, after I graduated from college, I moved to Greenville to do graduate school. You were still here doing school. 2020 comes around.
Mm-hmm.
The world pandemic happens.
Yeah.
And we basically get barricaded in here together for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. And I was like super depressed during that time.
Well, a lot happened.
A lot happened.
I won't talk too much about Kyara's life, but let's just say something bad happened. And my first thought was, I have to make sure she's okay. And then honestly, we made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I really realized that, like, that was a real low point in both of our lives. And I honestly had never been happier in a relationship.
We did get a lot of, like, stuff done during that time.
Well, so, do you mind if I say?
No.
So Kyara had got fired from a job pretty much as soon as she moved into this apartment. And it was COVID, so it was awful.
Yeah.
Basically, because of that, we were spending all day together, nonstop, no breaks from each other. Nobody was leaving the house. No, we didn't live in separate places. We were here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was stressful in the sense that, like, I felt so bad for you that I couldn't help. But, being together all that time, I never got tired of you.
Right.
Now we had some fights. There's some little like, here, can you please da 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 da. Zach, can you please blah 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 blah. Right. But at no point during that stressful, like we're forced to be here, forced proximity together, was I like, God, I want to leave.
Right, yeah.
And I kind of realized that like if I felt that way now when we had to be together, how was I gonna feel later when we had the choices? And I just realized that like what I knew about you, how I felt about our relationship, that was just a real point for me where I was like, yeah, like we're locked in. Ain't no switching up.
Period.
And so yeah, like I for me, like I said, those are my two big moments. And in a myriad of like, you know, when you've been together 8 years, like there's so many small things, right? Like
Yeah.
I have some favorite date memories that like we'll talk about on other podcasts, I'm sure, that like we're also like, oh, I love this person kind of moments. But yeah, so for me, it really boils down to when you got fired and we had to kind of struggle through it together. I was happy struggling because I was with you.
That's so sweet. I'm not gonna cry on the podcast.
Yeah,
Not
not
this,
yet. Not till
not
y'all start
this
subscribing.
not the first
We're crying on the
episode.
Patreon only once we get some listeners. Okay? But anyways, y'all, this has been a weekly standing coffee date with us. Anything you want to say before I let the folks go, babe?
Just be happy, live life, and be the best person that you can be every day.
Yeah. Be on the lookout. We're gonna start posting some vlogs on a different social media page. I will hopefully link that at some point in the future. But other than that, we've been Zeefaye. This has been our standing coffee date, and we will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.